Hi, this is Douglas C. Perry, Editor-in-Chief of IGN Xbox and Xbox 360, and this is a video review of Hitman-Blood-Money. So, if you haven't played the game before, this is a stealth action game with an emphasis on stealth. As you play through this game, you'll be intrigued by the narrative, but also you'll find that the game is more comprehensive on a number of different levels. There are lots of new systems in the games. There's a cash system, there's a notoriety system, and as per usual, there's a rating system. What these systems do is tie everything together so that whatever you do in the game actually has some kind of financial or rating at the end of the level so that you're either rewarded or punished for what you've done well. Now, for instance, there's a cleanup bill, and the agency has to come in and clean up after you. They have to pick up your suit, they have to pick up your specialized guns, they have to pick up the dead bodies. All that costs money now. If you perform your actions well and you do a level really fantastically and cleanly, you'll get more money, so you have to pay off those guys less and less at the end of each level. A lot of people have complained that Hitman is very inaccessible because of the stiff controls of camera. Well, the stiff controls of camera are still kind of there. They really haven't changed that much. But the way in which you open doors, pick up items, and do ordinary things is a lot easier. There's a little menu on the left upper hand side of the screen, and it allows you to see what items are usable, and so as you're going to a door or picking up, opening up a secret globe with a flask of liquor in it, or you're picking up a dead body and throwing it in a garbage can or a recycling truck, all these things work out really easily because they're just sort of presented better. The other thing that IO has done to make this game more accessible and more fun is to make Agent 47 a little more fun to play. He can do more platforming things. He can climb up on things. He can jump from porch to porch. When you get into an area, you're not just fumbling around trying to, grab a gun. You're actually like, well, I can climb up this lead pipe, or I can climb over those boxes, or hey, I see a ledge up there. Maybe I can get there. And in fact, in this game, you can. In Hitman Blood Money, there are about 13 levels, and each one takes anywhere from a half an hour to an hour to beat. So this game has a lot of nice replay and a lot of playability in it. So you're going to be able to play each level a couple times, because the levels are so well designed, so honed, and so well thought out that each time you get into a situation, you're like, oh, I can do that over there, or oh, I didn't even notice that garage or that hallway or that ledge over there that shows me I can shoot somebody. With regard to artificial intelligence, the game is filled with characters who track you. The way that this is now monitored is with 2 meters on the left side of the screen. There's a health meter and there's an indication meter or an awareness meter. And that starts off low, and as you become more recognizable and more visible, it raises from low and green to yellow to red, and when it's fully at the top, then you're in big trouble. The AI itself is very much like in the previous games. There are a lot of things that IO has done to make it more logical and sensible, though. So, for instance, if you go to a door and there's 2 guards at it, what's going to happen is they're going to say, no, you can't come in, and you'll walk away. And then they'll be suspicious of you, but they won't immediately take out their guns and kill you, like in previous games. So there's a little bit more of a cushion in this game than before. Likewise, there's a notoriety meter, and each time you're put on film, that actually adds up into that meter, so they're going to be a little more suspicious of you as that meter builds, and that works on a global level as well. There are 4 different difficulty levels, and you should probably start on normal, but once you raise it up to expert and pro, you're going to be really, really challenged. And that's where the monetary system and the notoriety system come in, because you really need that extra money to upgrade your weapons and to be able to erase the memory of people who have seen you. Visually, Hitman Blood Money is an excellent looking game, particularly on the Xbox 360 and PC. IO has done a lot of work rebuilding the engine so that there's fantastic lighting effects, really nice animations, lots of shadows and detail on all 4 versions. It's just the higher resolution and the anti-aliasing comes in better on the 360 and the PC. Once again, Jesper Kyd has put in a very interesting, if not remarkable, soundtrack to the game. And the sound itself is really well done, because there are lots of instances where you step on things by accident, like a teddy bear that squeaks. They'll get you in trouble. You're going to find out that the voiceovers and the dialogue are not only kind of campy and fun, they're kind of crude and hilarious in some respects. There's a lot of things that people shouldn't be saying in this game, and they do, and it comes off really well. Hitman Blood Money is one of those games where IO's done a lot to make it a lot more accessible and a lot more interesting to people who are on the fence. But at the core, Hitman Blood Money is still very much the same game as it has been. It's a steady, well thought out stealth game with a lot more accessible controls, and still has that kind of wonderful replayability that you're gonna have always liked about the series. It's still very much slow. It's not very much of an action game, but I think, you know, once you give 1 or 2 levels a try, anyone who's on the fence is probably gonna really like it because they'll realize all the great stuff that's in there.